must-watch games of Week 14. I'm going to start off with my sneaky good game of the week. I actually think it's Lions Bears. I think Lions and Bears will be the sneaky good game. I also could have went Rams. Well, Rams Ravens is on my list, but I was thinking about that maybe making sneaky good game. But I think it's going to be sneaky good game because of how the last game went. Bears should have won that. Had like a 12-point lead with like 2 minutes left in the game, and the Bears defense does what the Bears defense does, and that's give up leads. I think they're at home. They've been playing a lot better. And quiet as kept. The Lions have not been playing well. As J.R. Banks says, nobody give a damn about the Detroit Lions. They're looking more fluky. As they're looking more fluky coming into playoff time. I think that obviously they're going to win the North. Like, I see no way where they jag it to not win the North. They're going to win the North. The thing right now is how they're going to be going into playoff time. And they have not played well. Almost blew leads to the Saints last week. I think I'm not saying I'm going to pick them. We'll do our picks in overtime on Patreon. But I think it's going to be a sneaky good game. I can see this one going to the wire like the last one. Bang, what you think about my sneaky good game?
It's higher on my list of sneaky good games. I think this is going to be a real good game, a high-scoring game. I think that this is going to be a turnover-ridden game too. So, I will even go and say that one of the defenses will score a touchdown. I see this as a high-scoring game with a lot on the line because Detroit don't want to look as bad as they have been looking. They want to try to set a tone. But we know this is possibly Justin Fields' farewell tour. So it's a lot even going on around the game that makes this more than number 5. I'll say that.
Okay. Dante, what you think about my sneaky good game?
I don't think there's nothing sneaky about it. I think it's going to be a good game. Like you said, I think the last game was, a perfect example of why this is going to be a good game. I think Justin Fields has been playing a lot better. I think he has a lot to prove. And I think for the first time in a while, I know the Eberflus press conferences are usually pretty just word salads. Him talking about.
Oh, he got spicy on Wednesday.
He got quite spicy on Wednesday. So I think they're trying to light a fire under Getsy because everybody's seat is hot and they know that. Like you said, we've been talking about the Justin pretty much auditioning for other teams, but the reality is everybody's auditioning right now for their job and for a possibility of getting another job. So I think we're going to see the Bears offense try to be a little bit more aggressive. I don't know what the weather's going to be like in Chicago, but I don't think it's going to be too crazy. So they'll be able to do their thing. And I think it's going to be a really good game.
Courtney, what you think?
I guess I don't let the Bears occupy as much of my mental space as you.
Okay. Yeah, championship court has been on a wild run.
Spicy.
I see what's going on here.
This is one of those games where I'll probably end up like as soon as my hit of Jared Goff over half a turnover, as soon as that hits, I'm gonna roll over on the couch and just go to sleep. like this doesn't move me. And I told y'all, I was like, I'm considering streaming Roschon Johnson, but like that's how down bad I am, right? That I'm trying to weigh the options because Isaiah Pacheco is out. Yeah, I guess if you're into mediocre football, this is a good game to watch. Otherwise, it doesn't move the needle for me at all. There are better things for me to be doing with my time.
Okay. All right, Mikey, go ahead. What you think?
Yeah, I don't know what she was talking about and all that, but this is definitely one of the best games of the week. I would say it's up there with Rams and Ravens, and then with the Cowboys and the Eagles, just for the fact I think the Bears are ascending. You heard Justin Jones this week on NFL Network. He says that he thinks this team is starting to click, and we could be seeing something similar. It's hard to say for a 4-win team, but this time last year, the Lions went on a run. And
you put some dip on your chip. Go ahead.
Hey, but this time last year, the Lions went on a run and at least started some positive momentum for the season going forward. They won out. So I think the Bears match up perfect with the Lions this week, especially that the Lions will be missing, I believe, 3 of their starting defensive linemen. You still have Aiden Hutchinson, but I think Justin Fields has proven that he's a problem against the Detroit Lions with his legs. I think they are going to try to take that away, so we're going to have to see him in the passing game. But I think this game matches up perfectly on the lake. On the lake, anytime you're giving me 3 points with Jared Goff playing outside in December, outside of a dome, I will take that. I don't think we'll get 3 interceptions like we had last time, but I definitely think the Bears will hang in this game, and I got the Bears winning outright.
Okay. I hope that is the case. You know, I'm down for winning, and I will explain why in my goofy mug of the week today. But let's get into my actual list. Number 5 on my must watch games of week 14. I've got Rams Ravens. This one I really was debating if this should be my sneaky good game, but I think this is going to be a very entertaining game. This game is in Baltimore. The Rams have slowly actually been playing some good ball. They're 6-6 right now. They got one of the final wild card spots along with Green Bay. I think honestly, this is Sean McVay's best coaching gig. I think with everything they've had going on, for him to have them right in the midst of this playoff race. Now, granted, the NFC is the JV league, but it's still just to have them right there. And they've been putting up points. Like we said, with Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp is back. I'm going to keep calling him Samoan Cooper Kupp. I have no idea if Puka Nacua is Samoan, but I'm going to call him Samoan Cooper Kupp in this one, man. But they've been hooping. I think this offense can go out there and put up points on this defense. The Ravens coming off a bye week. We're going to see how they do. Lamar Jackson was sick all week, wasn't on the injury report today, but that's on the monitor. I think I'm gonna go with the Rams and the upset on this. Y'all don't have to give y'all picks. I'm just giving my pick for that one. But Bang, what you think about this game?
First of all, Puka is of Samoan, Hawaiian.
Okay, I was half right. There we go.
Descent. So
yeah,
you were right. And
what up, Roos?
And he also grew up in Provo, Utah. So we already know how Samoans roll in Utah. I agree with you when it comes to McVay. I think this was his best coaching job. People pretty much left the Rams for dead this year. And clearly they have not been that. They've definitely seen, it's definitely been a surprise on how this team has been able to stay alive this year. But it's not going to work against the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens is probably top two team in the NFL right now. And this is definitely a chance for the Rams to really show what they are about in a statement game similar to San Francisco and what they did to the Eagles. The Ravens need a statement game. I think this is it.
Courtney, what you feel about this? Does this satisfy your higher football appetite here?
I mean, I'm excited that the Ravens, pardon me, are playing football again. I'm excited to see how they are on a week of rest because I might be in the minority that isn't also, I guess, terribly moved by the Ravens. I'm not like fully sold on the Ravens being Super Bowl contenders yet.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm just not there yet. So listen, the Rams have been really, really good. I mean, appreciation for Matt Stafford. He's been quietly pretty good. So yeah, I'm curious to see though. I think if they can beat the Ravens can beat the Rams, especially with the Rams coming off that game with the Browns, which I know we can talk about that another time, but still, I like it. I think the Ravens win by at least a touchdown, but we'll see.
All right, Mikey, what you think about this game, boss?
Yeah, I think this is a really good game. Like I said, it's a good game on the slate. I just think that the Rams are due for a letdown spot after, what probably was their win of the season last week. Dismantling the Browns 36-19 at home. You have a dome team coming from the West Coast, coming all the way to the East Coast to play in outdoor conditions. I don't believe it's going to be that clean of a game. It is December in Baltimore, so I think the Rams, their propensity on offense is to push the ball downfield through the passing game, and I just don't think it's going to be able to work this week. So I will take the Ravens in this one.
All right, Dante, man, close us out on this game.
Hey, yeah, I agree, bro. I got the Ravens. I agree with Courtney. They haven't looked like the Super Bowl contender I said they were the last few weeks. Been up and down, but I think at the end of the day, I like them against a team coming west. Like you said, conditions are going to be a little sloppy, possibly. I got the Ravens.
All right, let's go to my number 4 game, must-watch game. This is a AFC West matchup, man. A game that both teams need here. The Chargers are in desperate need of a win. That was a win. They had a Chicago Bears win last week when they won. I think it was 6-0 over the Patriots. That's what Chicago Bears shit. That's what shit you should not be happy about or be proud about. It. You put up 6 points on this sorry ass team. And the Broncos have gotten back into the race, but had a very damaging loss last week to the Houston Texans. They're going to try to bounce back in this one. I always think division games are pretty good, especially with so much on the line here, man. I think this is going to be a good one. I'm going to roll with the Broncos, man. I'm going to go right back to Dante on this one. What's your thoughts on this game? And have you sold any tickets to this game?
No, I still got them. If you need it, you see me right there.
Yeah,
October's on tape. Holla at me. I got you. Very great seats, 200 level only. That's how we do it. But no, in this game, I got Russell Wilson and the Broncos. I know he, it was a rough one last week, but I still believe in the Russ revival and everything they got going out there in Denver. So, and I think the Chargers, it's time to. That's not one of the teams I would say blow it up, but it's time to make some changes, especially with the coaching staff. I know. Staley, it's crazy because I like some of the things he does. I'm very pro being aggressive, especially in today's NFL with the way points are a necessity and you got to score. But he just tweaks too much, so I think it might be time to make a change there. So I think on Sunday I got the Broncos.
Bang, what you think about this one?
Hey man, Broncos. They unfortunately took the L last week. This right here is a game that they need back. And when you go up against a team that's in your division, that's also not been playing in the way that you would think, when you have a quarterback that everybody loves to talk about and Justin Herbert, you got Khalil Mack, who leads the league in sacks. You got Derwin James. This team.
Can I ask a quick question before you continue? Before you go,
go ahead.
Now I know this is hindsight is 2020, and I didn't have a problem with this trade when it happened. But are y'all upset as Bears fans?
No,
about the fact
absolutely not.
This nigga has 15
absolutely
sacks.
Not. Absolutely not. Because it was like 5 or 6 in one game itself.
He had 6 versus the Raiders.
Right? It was 6 in one game.
Yeah, 6 in one game. So half of that came against one offensive tackle. No, I don't have seller's remorse at all. Okay. You also got to think about it like this. When it comes to him, it's kind of like a contract year because his cap hit is extremely high. So he's probably not going. Yeah, so he's probably not going to be back with the San Diego Chargers in the first place. So he's pretty much auditioning right now for other teams, especially if Brandon Staley is not there no more. So yeah, dude trying to get his money. Khalil Mack trying to get his money elsewhere for another team. I guess the question would be if people have buyer's remorse in knowing that he's more than likely not going to be playing with the Chargers again. Would you like to see the Bears entertain bringing him back?
I'm coming home. Actually, I know. We ain't supposed to be singing that song. My bad. I forgot who made it. Never mind.
Oh yeah, stop. Cut it out.
My bad. That's who. What's another come? Welcome back by Mason Bethel. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, welcome back.
He produced that one too, but okay.
He did, man. God damn. This sick nigga produced a lot of great shit. Anyway, man, moving along. Mikey, what you think about this game, dog?
Nah, I'm riding with the Broncos, man. The Broncos have been playing well. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. And one thing that they really do well is run the ball. They haven't really done a lot, in the passing game with Russ, but they are running the shit out the ball. The Chargers cannot stop the run. They're giving up about 150 rushing yards per game. And if we're just being honest, the Chargers, their last 3 wins were against arguably 3 of the worst teams in the NFL. They beat the Patriots 6-0. They beat the Jets without Zach Wilson or with Zach Wilson, but still they beat the Jets. Yeah, it don't matter. Same thing. And they beat the Bears with Tyson Bagent. So they haven't had a quality win since I don't know when. So I'm definitely going to ride with the Broncos in this one.
Courtney, what you got?
Yeah, I'm riding with the Broncos as well. Everyone loves to hype Justin Herbert, but it's not passing the eye test for me. And I know we can talk about all we can acknowledge the fact that his receivers have dropped a lot of important passes, and Austin Eckler, and he's supposed to be getting paid next year. What are you doing,
Allegedly.
bud? Yeah, it's not a good look for them. Brandon Staley still has a job. I am shocked. Yeah, I imagine that Justin Herbert is going to get picked off minimum twice, minimum of 2 times, I should say, and the Broncos are going to win that game. Defense has been their better recently, so.
Brandon Staley would get a lot more heat if they played in a city that gave a shit about that team, which is why I love that Bane comes in every week and calls them the San Diego Chargers, because nobody in Los Angeles gives a fuck about that team. But let's go to my number 2 game.
Humphries and Natron means.
Let's go to my number 2 game, man. This used to be high level football. I don't really know what to expect from this game. Bills, Chiefs. This to me is a game that it's important for both teams, especially all the offensive woes that the Chiefs been having. No wide receivers. Pat has been out there throwing the niggas like me. On top of that, even then he's been throwing. Thank you, Mikey, for showing me. Yeah, I skipped the game. Thank you, Mikey, for putting that.
I was just about to say you skipped the game.
I skipped. This is teamwork made the dream work. That was my number 2 game. Number 3 game is Niners Seahawks. Thank you. I don't know how I skipped that. This is the NFC West game. This one to me is important too, because like we just said on this show last week, that the Niners have a good chance to run the table and get that number 1 seed and have the NFC Championship game come to is it Santa Clara? I think it's Santa Clara. It's not San Francisco.
Yeah.
In Santa Clara, so they can have the NFC Championship game, have a road to Vegas, go through them, and this is the prime opportunity to do it against a team like the Seahawks, who's really not been playing good ball for the last couple weeks. They destroyed these niggas on Thanksgiving. I don't think anything's going to change from this one, especially that was a road win. They're going to do what they need to do on Sunday. I don't think this is going to be close either. I think that they were already playing good ball, but now they really feel themselves after beating up on the Eagles, man. So I got the Niners in a real easy one, man. I'm gonna circle back to Courtney. What you think about this one?
Yeah, I unfortunately feel much of the same way. I was super disappointed to see them get stomped on, them as in the Seahawks on Thanksgiving Day after that Cowboys game, and I don't think that the outcome will change in this one, especially in Santa Clara. So yeah, actually, that's kind of ridiculous though that they don't play in San Francisco. Right,
yeah,
like
2 hours away from San Francisco. That's crazy.
It's a little ridiculous. But no, I got San Francisco handedly.
Mikey, what you got?
Yeah, I'm riding with San Francisco. They're going to be coming off of that big win. It was a statement win last week against the Eagles. They let them know that, when healthy, they're not to be fucked with. So I think they're going to go ahead and they're going to get Seattle up out of there. I mean, Geno Smith might be questionable with I think it's a true game time decision with the groin. Kenneth Walker, their RB1, is a game time decision. Their backup rookie, Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA, is a game time decision. It's a steep hill to climb. I believe the spread might be around 9.5, 10 points. 10-point favorite for the Niners. So I think the Niners roll. They have a clear shot at being able to overtake the Eagles by the end of, Sunday night for the number 1 seed if the Cowboys can take care of the Eagles. So I think the Niners handle business at home.
Bang, what you got?
Seahawks about to get their ass beat. Next game.
He said that's all there is to say. Dante, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, I remember these games when they used to be exciting when the LOB was out there going against Cap. But this one will not be like one of those games. I think the Niners, like you said, they're on the road. They know who they are. They fully loaded, and I think they're gonna take care of business. They probably win by at least 14. I was gonna say 10, but I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna get ugly.
I'm with y'all on that, man. We are about 7 minutes away from Cousin Dan Fridays. Cousin Dan will be joining us in just a minute. Let's go to my number 2 game. Thank you, everybody, for putting me on the right track because I was fucking up. Number 2 game is Bills Chiefs. Like I was saying, this game is important for both teams. It's important for the Chiefs because of the offensive woes they've been having all season. Have really not looked like the Chiefs have woed on the offensive side of the ball. Defense has been great, but Pat's been out there throwing the niggas who look like me as far as catching the ball. Isaiah Pacheco is one of his actual few weapons. Is not gonna be playing. He's not gonna be playing. He got ejected at the end of last week's game, and now he's not gonna play tomorrow. I mean on Sunday. Travis Kelce actually knows what defense looks like now as he's been getting locked down. So there's been a little problem with that. On top of that, we all know what happens when Matt Nagy is calling your plays. The Bills, on the other hand, have been an up and down season for them. They had a chance to beat the Eagles, took their foot off the gas, and we all know how that ended up for them as well. The same thing happened with the Chiefs, and now they find themselves in a predicament. They're 6-6. They really, really desperately need this game. I'm going and also the stuff that happened with Sean McDermott this week, which I don't know if we're gonna have a chance to get into towards the end, but if we do, we definitely gotta talk about that if we get the chance. But I'm gonna go with the Bills in this one. Honestly, I think this is the perfect time for the Bills to strike. I don't like the weapons that Pat has, and even I hate it even more without Isaiah Pacheco. So I'm gonna go with the Bills in this one. I'm gonna start off with Dante on this one. How you feel about this game?
Bro, I'm going with Buffalo right now. I know this is not indicative of how I feel would happen if they met in the playoffs, but right now I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Like you said, the Chiefs, they're up and down, a lot of inconsistency on offense. We really don't know who Pat is throwing it to half the fucking time. But I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I think I like Stefan Diggs. I think this is like, I don't want to say the test case, but anytime somebody has a young quarterback, this is what happens when you give them an elite wide receiver. Like you always have that safety net. And so I think with Buffalo, they finally starting to hit a groove. And I'm gonna go with the Bills.
And we have our resident Buffalo Bills hater and Courtney. Courtney, how are you going? Where are you going with this? I'm pretty sure you're going Chiefs, but how you feel about this?
No, actually. I think that this game is more important for Buffalo than it is for Kansas City, as crazy as that sounds. Especially with everything that happened with Sean McDermott. They probably had a lot of conversations now that story has has come out about him being a weirdo. Which again, I did say a couple of weeks ago. I said, who should have lost their job over their offensive coordinator? I did say that.
You did say that.
Sometimes you get weirdo energy from somebody. And yeah, he always gave me weirdo vibes. But no, as far as this game, I don't trust the Chiefs offense whatsoever. I think the Bills defense is better than a lot of the teams that they've faced recently. So yeah, I don't feel good about it, even in Kansas City. I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but either way, it's not like the conditions are any different in Buffalo.
Right.
So yeah, I got Buffalo. I think Buffalo's going to win by at least a touchdown.
Mikey, are you turning over your Josh Allen hate leaf for one game?
Nah, man. I was really I'm good. I was really impressed with Buffalo and Philly, man. They did everything they could to win. Gabriel Davis catches that ball, that's a wrap. So I'm riding with the Bills. Obviously, they're in our play for my picks this week. But quite frankly, this is a playoff game for them. Every game going forward, the rest of the season, the rest of this last month is a playoff game for them. Currently, right now, they're 11th in the AFC. There's 6 teams in front of them, for the wild card spot. And 4 of those 6 teams all have backup quarterbacks in the Bengals, in the Steelers, in the Colts, the Browns. So they have to kind of start making ground. They lose probably one more game, that's it. So I'm gonna ride with the Bills. They're the healthier team going into this, and I think they get right. And the Chiefs, quite frankly, I know they're coming off a loss at Lambeau, but they have a 3-game lead in their division. The Chiefs can still get in with 10 wins, and nobody will bat an eye if they end up in the championship game.
Bang, close out on this one.
Man, fuck this game.
Bang will forever hate the Chiefs. Hate the Bills for losing that money.
In this game, in the playoffs.
Same place.
Same place, $10,000. Fuck them. I got the Chiefs because I don't think the Bills. Look, I'll say this: the one thing, if you've been watching national television, the argument that's been getting on my motherfucking nerves as I eat this grape. I'm talking about out of every argument that I've seen in the past year and a half, 2 years, is how the national media, or some people in the national media, white people, are mad that people are criticizing Josh Allen. This shit has been irritating as hell. And I believe that Josh Allen is going to give the people that have been criticizing him all of the reason to continue to criticize him.
I hope you're right.
Because this game means more to the Bills than it does to the Chiefs. And they still gonna wet the bed. So I got the Chiefs by 14.
All right. My number one must-watch game to watch of Week 14 is the big NFC East matchup at Jerry World, and that is between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Man, this is a game that we talked about last week. We talked about how tight the NFC number one seed race is getting. Big opportunity here for the Eagles to pretty much put the Cowboys to bed and pretty much end any chance of them winning the division, which means that they would take them away from them being a top 4 seed, and that means they'd have to be in a wild card and start their playoff run on the road. Dallas here has an opportunity to pounce on the Eagles while they're down, and also to be able to make this something close, man. Like I told you, I've been big on the Cowboys the last couple of weeks. Dakota Rain's been hooping. I know it's very hard to trust him, but I've been saying about the Eagles all year. They have not played a complete game to me, and I think that also with the 14-game win streak that the Cowboys have at home, I think this will be a very, very close game. But I'm going with the boys in this one. I think they're going to win by a field goal. This is going to be a very entertaining game. I'm going to go with Courtney first. Courtney, are you going to be at the game? I know you said that you would think about going.
I'm still thinking about going. These ticket prices, though, man, I could fly to freaking Lincoln Financial Field and watch the game there, especially where I like to sit, man. It's looking spooky out here. Might end up at my favorite bar instead, especially if I'm going to go by myself, No, I think this game is important, obviously, for number one NFC seed implications. But and we can get into the conversation about Dak, later. But I also think that this game is very, very, very important for the Cowboys. They cannot lose to the Eagles twice. They simply cannot. Whether it's for legacy implications, Dak MVP conversation, talks. I don't think that can happen. Now, do I think it will happen? I think so. Right. I think the Eagles are going to win by 3. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but I think Jake Ice in his veins, Elliott, is absolutely going to put the team on his back. I'm really hoping and praying that Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni find some way to get the rest of that running game involved in the offense, and that Jalen Hurts doesn't have to risk life and limb in order to keep them in this game.
Let's do rapid fire as we have cousin Dan in the room. We're going to bring on in just like 2 minutes. So rapid fire, bang. Who you got in this one?
Man, I got the Eagles. I think it's the Eagles. They bounce back on this one.
All right, Mikey, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Eagles. I think the Cowboys are up for the majority of the game, but I think Jalen Hurts and those wide receivers will be able to exploit that Cowboys secondary late in the fourth quarter.
All right, Dante, last pick, and then we're going to start the next segment.
I'm rocking with Officer Prescott. I got the Cowboys by 3.
That paper on display, haters old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna